Stormclouds and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today we are working on my woohoo house. Finally, it has taken me so long to get to this. It's been like 3 weeks since I've done any of my fantasy save file stuff. I just hadn't felt like building like whatsoever. So I was still doing my shorts where I do my tutorials or little things like that, but I just couldn't bring myself to build anything. I did try multiple times. I think I attempted to start this maybe around 10 times, and that's like not even a joke. I've got like so many recordings of me starting it and then just deleting it because I just couldn't get it the way I wanted. I kept looking on Pinterest for some inspiration and I did find like a floor layout. So I've based the floor layout on this inspiration. If I can find the picture, I think I did save it on my Pinterest. I will pop it in at some point. And also if I remember, because when I go back, I sometimes forget to do things. So it was just a floor plan that I took the inspiration for, but slightly altered it because there was certain things that I really wanted. So I really wanted a seating area in a circle, and I ended up going with this semicircle area here. And I had so much trouble with the walls because once I deleted the actual walls, because I didn't want walls here, I just wanted it to be a dip down. It was no longer a semicircle, it had like the hexagonal shape. It was an absolute nightmare. But in the end, because I use these net lights around the edge, I still gave the illusion of the semicircle. So this is like a little area you can go down into, and I put some of the blankets from the new Love Struck pack down here. So your Sims can go and sit down here, as well as the cushion that is from the Toddler Stuff pack. So your Sims can actually sit down there on that as well. You also may see the platform heights just kept changing every time I added a new wall in somewhere. The platforms just did what they want. I had so much trouble with this, and those stairs on the right hand side, even though there was a wall between the two different platform heights, it kept wanting to snap to the platform on the other side of the wall. So I ended up having to make the platform on the other side of the wall the same height, even though I wanted them at different heights, but it was just not working for me. I had such a hard time with the start of this build, but once I got into it, I really enjoyed it. So I really wanted to go for quite a luxurious sort of style of woohoo house. So I've used a lot of deep reds and also black. You can see currently all the walls are red. I do change it out for the black because I thought the red was a little bit too much, and then just added the red hints of stuff like the curtains and the rugs and stuff like that. And since I wanted this to fit the rest of the world, I've gone with the paneling that is from Get Together, which is, I think this is Tudor style, I could be wrong. So for the downstairs portion, I added a large stage with multiple yoga mats on, and it has like the lead yoga mats, so they'll be able to do a full routine of yoga to give the illusion of them dancing. And then there is another little stage that comes out into a little semicircle onto the lowest portion of the floor, and that has a pole there again to give the illusion of pole dancing. I've added a yoga mat just in front of it. And then upstairs we do have the bedrooms, but I did that quite late on. I was really focused on doing the downstairs first. I quickly did a layout upstairs of the general idea that I wanted, and it does stay very similar to what I do here with just slight alterations. It is quite a large build since I did want quite a lot of rooms, and I wanted a lot going on the inside, and I think I ended up setting this as a bar because I was like, I don't know what to set this at. I was thinking, do I do it as a spa, or do I do it as like an onsen or a bar? They were like my options that I could think. So unless you can think of something else, and I will change it before this goes up. And for those wondering if this is up on the gallery, it will not be yet unless you're watching this really late on. So in a couple weeks time, I will try upload this to my Patreon page for members, and then it will go free a week later. So I always schedule it, so after a week of it going live for paid members, it goes live for free members. And then whenever I remember, once it goes free for free members, I will upload it to the gallery at that same time. I usually forget to upload it to the gallery. There is already a few that I know I need to upload because they've gone live for free members on Patreon. So I really do need to do that, but I'm really forgetful. I didn't want to upload tray files. I wanted to do it as a whole save file, but because this is taking a lot longer than I thought to fully complete Willow Creek, I have decided it's best if I at least upload the tray files, so I'm not keeping people waiting for too long, so they're getting something out of it. But once Willow Creek is complete, I will be uploading the save file, and that will obviously just be on Patreon. It won't be on the gallery because you can't upload a save file. And then I'll repeat the same thing for when I decide to do the rest of the world. And I've got so many ideas for the rest of the worlds because I've been so stuck with doing this style of house. It's very like that medieval style. I've not gone very magic-y or anything yet because my idea is this is more of the human world, and then I will have other worlds where they'll be having like elves and orcs and spellcasters and all that sort of thing will be in the other worlds. I have implemented some magic things in here, so it's like some magic people might have travelled across to this area, so that I have like a hidden magic shop and stuff like that. I've still got a lot to fill out though. I don't even know how many builds I need to do, I just know there's a lot, because I did do my Roman bathhouse and I decided that it just does not work in Willow Creek, so I've moved it to Tartosa and it works so much better there. But I still think there's over like 10 different lots to fill in this world. I mean, there's 3 just in this neighbourhood here that I need to do, and I have no idea what I'm going to do in them. I need to look through and think what sort of builds need to go into the world, because I like to mix it up a little bit. I don't just want all residential lots. So I'm going to look through the options that I can have and change it up, because I think so far a lot of my lots are residential. Even though they are different, they're not like exactly like, it's not a house. I've done like wagons, I've done like a blacksmith's, but I've just set that as somebody's house. Whereas this is the first one, I think. Oh no, I've got a gym. I have the gym. I forgot I've done the gym, which is medieval training ground that I've made into a gym, and I've made things functional but they look like it's a medieval training ground. So all suggestions are welcome, even if it's not a build I think will work in Willow Creek. It might be one that works in another world, so I will put it in my spreadsheet and build it when I get round to doing my other worlds. Also, when I got sick of building, I was like, I need to take my mind off things and do something else. So I decided to make some merch. And I know merch isn't for everybody. Some people hate merch. I don't tend to actually buy merch. It's not for me. But I've always wanted my own merch, which might sound super weird. But yeah, I've made some merch. So I made a little logo with the help of my partner. It's got a little moon on it because I'm obsessed with everything to do with the moon. I do have a few tattoos that involve the moon, stars, planets, so I really want to involve the moon. I've got the sparkles, which you might see at the start of my videos. I have the little sparkles on my intro screen, so I really wanted to incorporate those. And I wanted a cloud, because you're my little storm clouds. So I made some merch. So far there's only 2 items. There's 4 different hoodies. Well, it's the same hoodie but in different colours. So I think there is a black, there's a pink, there's a blue, and is it like a tan colour? I think it's like a, or ivory. I can't remember exactly what colour it was. And it has the logo on the left breast, and then on the right cuff, I believe it is, there's just the little sparkles on the right cuff. And then I was looking around at what other things I could create, and there was a stemless wine glass on there. So that's just got the logo on, and then sparkles going all the way around the side of the glass. It's only on like one section of the glass, it's not top to bottom, because it only lets you print on a certain amount of the glass. If there's any merch you'd like to see, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. I do want to do different merch drops, so this is going to be like the baseline. It's the Stormcloud collection since it's got the Stormcloud logo. But because I do fantasy build, I really want to do fantasy fantasy themed stuff. So I was thinking a dagger or something on it, and just something cool, maybe swords, because I'm into all of that. I have some foam daggers, they're not like real daggers. And I've been learning to, I think it's called flourishing, where you like spin them around and stuff. And I love them. And I know how to do archery. I really want to get a sword, but I don't think anybody trusts me with a sword. I've got an axe, but it's a fully solid wooden axe, so even the head of the axe is made of a solid oak. And my brother actually made it and he gave me it last time I went to visit. And it is huge. It is more than half my height. It's super heavy since it is a solid oak, and I did have to bring it back with me on a train. And at the base of it was in a bag, but you could see the handle sticking out, and I most probably looked crazy, but you know, I really wanted it. It looks really cool. So yeah, I'd love to incorporate some form of fantasy themed thing into the merch if I can, and I think some of you might enjoy that. I am limited because I'm just like doing this through like the print on demand companies, so the printing or embroidery can only be done on a specific part of the item, and you only have a select amount of items that you can even pick, because I'm not like a huge YouTuber or anything. When you get big, you can be a little bit more unique with things because you can ask them to change things, you can actually get products made, but you basically need to have a certain amount of set orders, so you'd have to like pay for like 50 of something, so they will actually create the product, so then you'd have to try and make sure you get them 50 sales, which I'm not going to get as a smaller YouTuber. So one day I'm hoping I can do that, because I'd love to create something a little bit more unique and not just like your standard merch. I think that would be really, really cool. But anyway, back on with the build. I'm starting to work on the bedrooms. This is the second largest room, I believe. A lot of the rooms look the same because I just feel like they would look the same. There's just slight differences where the boys and the girls, if they wanted to change things up slightly, they've added their own little spin on things. And again, I stuck with the black and red, very luxurious. We've got the 4-poster style bed. I used a lot of Love Struck in this, it just worked so well. I added another bar up here as well in this room, so she's got like bar area with some bar stools and the blanket again. Is it a blanket? Yeah, the picnic blanket thing, so they can sit in the corner and they can eat. So there is the big baths downstairs. So upstairs I just did one room with a single bath in it. There is no toilets in it, and I think I might go back and add a couple more toilets in, because there is 2 toilets downstairs, but I feel like it's a bit of a nightmare. Oh no, I did add one. I added 1 toilet upstairs. That might be okay. 3 toilets across the whole thing. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And technically 3 baths. There's 1 normal bath upstairs, and then the big barrel style baths, which I used a little trick that I saw. I think they're called the Sim Scrolls. They are fantastic. I saw it on Instagram ages ago, using the horse ranch like nectar maker thing where you stand on the grapes to squish them. You use that as the bath, and it's the whole basement trick thing, so you put it in the basement and raise it up through the floor, but you do have to hide a part of the thing because there's this big like machine bit attached to it, so I had to hide that behind a wall. And off camera I did add a few more details, so stuff like other extra little items on tables, just to make it look a little bit more detailed. I also added a piano downstairs next to the stage. You might have seen it in a couple of the shots. Some of the shots I filmed the other day before I put the piano in, so some of the shots don't have the piano in and some do have the piano in. I really wasn't sure where to go with decorating the outside of the building, so I kept it fairly simple. I did wall off the area using the wall from Cottage Living. Well, it's a fence technically, and then I've just done a path going around to the back that goes to the, I can't remember what it's called, but it came with Snowy Escape, that like water thing that your Sims can go in. Why my brain's not working? It's what comes with it, like if you want to make an onsen you need one of these. Anyway, there's one of those around the back and just some seating area. I've added just lots of bushes and stuff. I really wanted curved walls around here, but then I couldn't get rid of the floor without getting rid of the wall, and I was so frustrated, and I just wanted to finish this build at this point because I've been working on this for like a week now. So I was like, right, I'm just going to do like these cut off corners instead. I did add some rabbits as always, and the wild flock of birds thing, so birds will fly around, and obviously as always added fireflies. I did change that front path so it is the terrain paint just so it all matches. I really like the look of the terrain paint paths because they just look a little bit more natural because they're a bit more curvy instead of having these straight lined floors. And this is what I mean, it's not a pool, but my brain can't think of the word and I know the word. But I'm just adding the last few details here, and that is pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!